Hey everybody, Christopher Small here with the Unconventional Attorney. Today I want to talk to you about the power of personal preference. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you that I want to talk to you. I've got a sort of a new segment of my Unconventional Attorney podcast called The Attorney X Show, where I interview law firm owners anonymously to sort of break down what's actually happening with their firm, what's working, and what's not, all of the good things. And I would love to have you on as a guest. Doesn't matter if you think you're great or terrible or new or old. I want to talk to you. To do that, you can go to theunconventionalattorney.com/attorneyx. There'll just be a bunch of slots there. You can sign up and we'll chat. So, theunconventionalattorney.com/attorneyx. Go check that out. Okay. So, first of all, if you're watching the video, you might notice that the background looks quite different. I have moved out of my office. This is my paralegal's office. We were moving into a new office in like a week, hopefully. And so in the interim, we're going to have just terrible, boring backgrounds. But that's not why we're here today. I want to talk about the power of personal preference. What an alliteration, by the way. Because I think it's something that is really important and is often not discussed. It sort of goes to being intentional about what you want, right? Who you are, what you want your life to look like. That's why it's important to know those things so that you can make choices that get you to those places. The reason that this came up was I was on sort of like a group chat today, a group Zoom meeting with some people that I'm a part of a group of called the Network. We were chatting about all sorts of fun things. Basically, we were talking about it's an opportunity to just sort of share what's going on with you, ask questions, and get feedback from everybody. And we were talking about process, procedure. I was talking about inter-office communication and how to set things up so that everybody can work but still get their needs met and their questions answered and blah blah blah. And we were talking for a while. And there was a guy on there that's like super processy, lots of great ideas, but very specific about what his ideas are. And as we're talking, I said a couple things, and then Nick, who's the guy that's sort of like he's the overseer of the group, right? The leader of the group, I guess. He's like, Chris, that's one of the things that I really like about you, and that I like when we have our live meetings and stuff, is that you are sort of the king of personal preference, and you really have dialed in your personal preference and are willing to sort of navigate away from the traditional path or what people should do in order to meet your personal preferences. And I think that's really, really important because often we are told what to do. I'm here telling you what to do. There's many other people out there telling you what to do specifically, but those formulas, the things that the things that I'm telling you, at least, I can't speak for anybody else. The things that I'm telling you are right. They will work, and you can do them over and over and over again and be very successful with them. But what you have to think about and be honest with and consider as you're making all these choices on the things that you're going to do is, what is your personal preference? What do you like, right? What do you want your firm to look like? What do you want your clients to feel? What do you want your staff to feel? What do you want people to think about when they think about your firm? And whatever the answers to those questions are going to, I think, sometimes dictate what you do or don't do. To give you a perfect example, he was talking about, I was talking about sort of sometimes the loss of information from when I meet with a client to when Sandra, my paralegal, is working on a case, and how she sometimes has to ask me to supplement information that I probably gathered in a potential client meeting but didn't write down. And he was like, well, you could just, Jacob is the guy's name. He said, why don't you just record the conversations? And I said, well, you're right. That is the way to maximize sort of the lack of information for Sandra. But I don't want to do that because I think it's going to create a weird relationship at the beginning. It's just not something that I want to do. Personal preference, right? I understand that it may create some more work down the road. It may create some different conversations down the road that could be avoided by recording these conversations, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so when it comes to all these things, you have to remember and think about and consider what it is you want to do. You know, what kind of life you want to create, and if these rules that you are setting up and these processes that you're setting up for yourself don't meet that lifestyle that you want, then maybe you just shouldn't do those things. All right, that's it. Hopefully this made sense. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you know someone that needs to hear it, please share it with them. If you have a question or comment, please leave it. If you are not subscribed to the podcast or to my YouTube channel, please go and do that so you don't miss any of these videos. And that's it. Come and see me on my show, theunconventionalattorney.com/attorneyx. Can't wait to talk to you. Have a great day. See ya.